What's up, everybody? Back again with Junk Wagon Productions. Today's simple task is the ease of install of a Bert transmission on your dirt car. It's a really simple process. I'm just going to show you how to pretty much get it in and tighten the bolts up, and the fun of fighting with one, which in my opinion is not that bad. They probably weigh a good 50-60 pounds. You can pick them up, tote them by the output shaft or the input shaft one-handed, so it's not that bad. It's just fighting through the frame rails, getting it installed, and more or less pretty much threading on your clutch line, and it's real simple. Hook up your rods. And that's one of the issues I'm gonna have to figure out through this video is I have two different sets of rods. I don't know what transmission was in this car, but I think the rods themselves are too short. So let's jump right in and show you the fun of this. This is the Bert transmission. As you can see, it's probably possibly 2 foot in length, and more or less you bolt up your bell housing and your clutch hub and flywheel to start with. Then the secondary part is slam the transmission home. As you can see, it's not very big, that's what you do. You hit it on stuff so you make sure it works properly. But you have 4 bolts that come in through the backside that bolt it to the bell housing. So let's go ahead and jump in and crawl under and see if my big self and this camera can actually give you an idea of what's going on. And also make sure you got the proper mounting hardware, and finding it is always a charm after having it in, having it back out, having it in, having it back out. So put it up in here like so. Don't knock your teeth out in the process. I always go under, look through my sight line. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah. There we go. It's not too extreme. Then make sure you leave this thing in gear. It will do you wonders. At least that's the way I do it. So when you twist it, it will actually spin the input shaft. So there's a lot less fighting. If it spins freely, good luck. So it's kind of hard then to actually get it in place. Then next, if we can find it, take your hydraulic line that runs the clutch. It is orientated in the totally wrong direction, and we're gonna have to loosen that up. Now we'll go ahead and tighten all the bolts up in the transmission. Might as well. Well, I say it, stupid thing. Get it pulled up, and then we'll go ahead and attach the clutch line. All these cars have a hydraulic clutch. Runs off a reservoir. A lot of times it's easier to get them from the back side of the motor and the top of the car than it is to lay up under there with it. And yes, I have a lot of cleanup to do with this vehicle. More or less. From this point forward, it is make everything have its own spot, and so that it does not vibrate around while racing. And yes, this fuel line will be removed. There's a lot of things on this car I do not agree with, at least not for me. I don't know why people done things the way they did, but hey, it worked for them. So, now we can back this off so we can orientate it the way we need. Gotta have a whole back wrench so that I don't break anything. Golly, Superman was on this last time, wouldn't you know? Golly. Yeah, I think I just over tightened it a little more. That's the spirit. Golly. Yay. Brake fluid all over me. That's what I always wanted. Now, let's see here. I'll get you to roll around a little bit. Sometimes I'm trying hands in a soft fitting, it's not much fun to do. Actually, not perfect sort. This is right fitting in. I know, these are not together. There we go. Just like that, these are breaking stop fittings. They do not need any hot dope. Any type of that. That might cause you a leak, so don't be that guy. So you like that confusion. Yep, that's tight. Let's go ahead and tighten this guy up since we got our orientation properly in. And this light in my eyes is so great. So. I would sing for you, but I'm sure you wouldn't want to hear it. Blinded by the light. Never mind. I figured you might like it. Good and tight. Now from this point forward, all you gotta do is bleed the clutch. It's just like bleeding anything else, bleeding the brakes, you know. Pump it up. And then first I would recommend just gravity flowing it, gravity bleeding it. Then you pump it up. And just have your Coke bottle in a rubber line. Very easy to install. Anything drive shaft end to your rear end, and that's pretty much the ease and installation of a Bert transmission. Now let's see. These are way too long, maybe ordering new ones. Let's see, we're all the way forward with our rods and we want to be centered. So, way too long. I've got two more. Let's go see if either of those will do the trick. Yeah. So as you can see, I believe these clutch rods are too long. They mount right here. They're shifter rods or whatever you'd like to call these. I have a different set, which also are too long. Yay, so nice. Well, it's time to get measurements and get on the online and goodness, wouldn't you know it? This back all the way forwards, somewhere in the middle. Well, more or less, we just need to get a couple measurements. Rods should be very, very close to the same size. So, well, that's it for this video. Now time to go get a tape measure, do some measuring, spend more money. Welcome to a race car.